guys, how's it going? Ultimus here. Wanted to bring you guys another RBG video. This time we're going to be looking at a Temple of Cup Mogu run. Definitely one of my favorite BGs, whether it's random or rated, just especially as a DPS class. This one gets a whole lot of fun. Our initial strategy for this one was we were sending myself for the blue orb, and we were going to be sending our Death Knight for the green orb, or I'm sorry, orange, forgive me. And essentially the plan is pretty straightforward, as you're going to be running this BG a lot, of course, is keeping an eye on orbs, killing enemy orb carriers, and making sure you are there to snag them up, or at least make sure you're there to pick up the ones that your teammates drop should they fall. Already we've got two pretty brutal classes set up carrying these orbs, as it is a warrior and a death knight. So the damage we're going to start putting out while holding these orbs is going to get pretty crazy. We start to hold mid. I think this BG is really funny because this was the one BG that Blizzard gave us where it said, hey, you can finally fight mid, and nobody wants to fight mid. And as you can see, that rogue right there just pretty much goes down super quick. That massive 54k proc on the execute wasn't even a legit execute. Managed to get healed up there by his healers a little bit, but between the both of us, just starts scattering around. I love when everybody starts jumping up around us here because I can drop fear, and I feel like I'm getting the most out of my fear. Making sure I'm trying to now swap back over to their orb carrier as well. Nothing else really matters at this point. Healers are nice, but as stacks start to stack up, eventually healers become irrelevant. So it's all about your defensives and hoping and praying that you can kill other people as quick as possible. Side note, I really like how anger management plays out in this BG as a talent for warriors. I really like how well that works with keeping your cooldowns coming down faster. It's the optimal choice for talents for warriors as it is anyways, but in this BG it's just fun because you're just able to pump out even more damage even quicker. So as of right now, it is still stuck at a tie. The purple orb was dropped earlier, I believe, and the horde is able to grab back on it and grab it again. Rogue's back in the center. Rogues aren't the best to be holding these orbs, that is for sure, because most of their main defensives can't be used, typically re-stealthing and things of that sort. But again, if you're in a pinch and you need someone to grab that orb, then it has to be what it is. And at that point, everybody's dropping orbs. The rogue went down, I went down, and it was just kind of crazy. So now we have our one rogue holding the orb. Our druid picks up another one. Our team really does an awesome job of keeping it together in this one and just making sure that they are there ready to pick up orbs as they drop. That's really what wins this BG, is making sure your people are set up and prepped and know that the priority is orbs, nothing else matters. And as you can see right now on this map, we are up points and we are now in control of all 4 orbs, and we're scattered there along the back end toward our entrance, and we're trying to get back into mid. Controlling mid really is the most important thing you can do. Feeling pretty confident right here, so I'm getting a little cocky in chat, I'm not gonna lie. I normally try not to get super cocky, but sometimes the warrior spirit overtakes you and you just can't help it. So I'm just laying into this priest, just trying to kill the healer at this point. I'm getting a little sidetracked, I'm not gonna lie. Trying to get a refixing for where the battle's at. I see the blue orb has been dropped. I know exactly where I'm at on the map, so I know where to run. I want that priest out of the way, don't want the priest grabbing the orb. The orange orb has been dropped and returned. And so at this point, whether or not I live or die, holding the orb, the point right now is that the horde does not have the orb, and so that's the most important thing to me. One of the things I think you can use to your advantage on this map is learning the layout. As you can see there, I went down pretty quickly, but that was several seconds that the horde did not carry the orb, so it was good. But what I was saying about knowing the map and knowing where you're at is it really helps you not get discombobulated and really confused when you see certain colored orbs going down or being dropped or returned. You know exactly where to run to try to get back and pick it up, or try to start putting pressure on the orb carrier that just picked it up. This map can be a bit confusing because it's all very similar. It all looks the same. It's just square map. The only thing really differentiating anything on this map is those colors of those orbs. And so just kind of learning the corners and things like that where you're at, keeping an idea out and keeping an eye out for those is really going to help you be better about being quick on pickups there. And again, that's really what's going to hold this BG together. At this point, before I jump in trying to figure out where everybody's at, what's going on. Not necessarily sure this is my best idea here, but I want to drop these orb carriers, so I'm just kind of going in. Cooldowns with a Blade Storm seem to pay off quite nicely with some buddies there helping me in the center, so at this point, again, the best thing I can do is go back on orb, especially since I was initially assigned to carrying an orb at the beginning of the BG. I feel like it's just the responsible thing for me to do. And I was going for the Zerker buff, but the mage got it, so, you know, there's worse things. He's got his orb up there, he's got his, not orb, but his shell up, so there's nothing I can really do about it. Trying to keep myself alive with that ret on me. Still holding up those points, hoping and praying for heals. Wanted to lay into this mage because I'm starting to get tunnel vision again. Definitely not my smartest move, but it was kind of fun. We're up points, so I'm feeling a little more confident. Definitely wanted to use Blade Storm here as a utility, and at this point it's getting a little too dicey on the outside, so I'm trying to jump back into mid with the rest of my team and where I can accumulate a few more points. This ret definitely wants me, though. He is after me, and I can't say that I blame him. In a dicey spot here, that much is for sure. Got some pretty good healers this BG, though, that is for sure. So I really can't say anything or talk any smack on that end. Trying to preemptively spell reflect as much as I can for myself and my teammates. I really want this priest to die. Keeping an eye on that red, of course, still too, as well as the other priest. Don't want my other teammates to be taking too much damage, especially my orbit carrying buddy here. He goes down fairly quickly once we both get on him. And then just trying to control orbs in the center. Again, as you can see, we're pulling ahead quite nicely. 911 points to 528 with all four of us controlling the orbs. Getting just pumped into right here, and I just die. I go down. Nothing I can do about that. Funny thing about this BG is you're gonna die. Like there's almost no way around it. If you're trying to carry orbs, like you're gonna die. It's very rare that you see someone play this BG carrying orbs and not die. You're just gonna take way too much damage. But at this point, I feel like with this BG, I mean, even though we're back to only holding 2 of the orbs, I mean, this BG can swing around very quickly. So you try not, I think out of any BG, this one is the one that can rubber band the hardest. I've been down over 1,000 points and come back to win it with a 4 cap. Because again, if you don't have any orbs, then you're not collecting points. That's just the bottom line. And so this BG can rubber band hard. Horde now at this point has 3, as you can see, they're coming up, and so we're only gaining points slowly, as I'm sure you're familiar with if you've played this BG at all anyways. So just trying to get on these flag carriers as well, dropping that fear in the center there, because I want this flag carrier to go down, and there I got him right there at that last second as he poured it away. Now I want to sit on this rogue, because rogues are butt squishy while carrying orbs. It's not like the priest is a little more solid than the rogue is, because the priest can obviously heal himself, bubble himself, things of that sort, but the rogue can't really pop any of his major cooldowns like Vanish that really get him out of sticky situations again. So team's kind of slacking a little bit here on picking up those orbs, so we're really trying to pick it up. This is where things get a little scary for us, at least in my mind. Someone called it out in chat. Definitely we need to start picking up orbs again. I think we started getting a little too comfortable, which I can honestly say I was guilty of there as well. So really trying to get back on top of killing those orb carriers, getting on top of them, and then hoping that my team is able to pull it off. Wanted to give my teammate a bit of support here as well, just to try to help keep him alive, since even though he is a DK, I know he's going to start taking a ton of damage, so again, there's just no way around it. So now we're back up on top again in a better position, holding 3 orbs. Horde only has 1, and this rogue is about to get pumped and blown up. Just nothing he can do about it. He's trying to peace out and get away, but I just don't really think there's much hope for him. So feel like at this point for us, it was pretty obvious. Like, kind of, we had it in the bag. We've got 3 orbs. Other team knew it. We know it. And so now we're just kind of mopping the floor up and cleaning up a little bit, trying to farm some extra kills. And we've got all 4 orbs at this point too, so it's even more of a sure thing. We're going to start stacking up points super quick. And we're up to 1,400. It's GG at this point, so Horde is just trying to last-minute ditch efforts to maybe pull something off, but we played way too tightly. I mean, it was by no means a perfect rated battleground, but it was one of the tighter ones I've played. And this one's always a fun BG, win or lose. You see some crazy stuff typically. So I hope you found this video to be entertaining, if nothing else, helpful as well. Maybe pick up a couple tips. Hope you guys are enjoying these. I know I'm enjoying filming them and laying commentary down over them. Please don't ever hesitate to ask questions if you feel so inclined. But as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.